welcome to the instructional part of the video. Check the description box below. In your YouTube player for tabs and backing tracks on my website, information about the sound tools I'm using today, and links to other goodies via my Patreon page. Continuing. Our essential progression, is an 8-bar blues. It's going to be a B minor, a D over A, 0, 4, 2, 3, an E, a G, I'm going to do as a bar chord, this form of D, which is a C-shaped D in the cage system, 5, 4, 2, 3, F sharp 7, you know, there's an F sharp bar chord, take your pinky off, back around to B minor, and then the turnaround is B minor, D7. Okay, so if that's a D bar chord, let's make it a dominant 7. 5, 7, 5, 7, back it up, C sharp 7, back it up, C7, back to B minor. By the way, hello, slow down gears in YouTube. Down here on a desktop, up here on a tablet, spacebar pauses, arrows go forward and back. Good way to work with guitar stuff on YouTube. The first setting or scene I'm creating with my rhythms is I'm taking the Bo Diddley groove. Let's slow that down. Let's think about that. Getting interesting harmonics, by the way. Interesting. So if we got a B minor, the Bo Diddley rhythm, we're moving in downs and ups. Just make sure I'm still rolling on my iPad. Yup, okay. Still moving in downs and ups, but the trick is there's an accent. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, bang. Check that again, yo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, bang. That's the hip thing, because if music is 4/4, it's coming at you like that, like straight down the road, the diddley rhythm will zigzag and cross like a rattlesnake. So yeah, it creates a push and pull effect. Now, that's not easy. You gotta do it slow. Now, to make this thing fit in the time, it means the diddley pattern is 2 bars long. So that means I actually shift chords halfway through the pattern. Check it. So it's B minor. There's that D over A. And then E. Super advanced technique on this, by the way. I don't really recommend, practicing it. This is just something that happens when your left hand becomes very good at muting. The pinky is a break. Gently. He's not pushing down. He's just like helping me out. Thanks, pinky. Here it is on the D. And then, yep, B minor. And he backs off. And then I just do the same thing to cool, hip upper voicings up here. So here's a B minor here. 9, 7, 7. And yeah. And then, I don't know why I'm not going to worry about why I did this version of D, but it is cool. Flat on those 7s, but still get that 9 on the G. I'm like, oh, there's an E right here, but I'll make it an E9 just because I went to music school. 7, 6, 7, 7. Here's a G. 5, 7, 8. Here comes my D way up here. So yeah, I'm just playing around with caged system stuff, which is my jam. That's what I like. 7, 7, 10. Here is an F sharp 7. And so I'm getting the upper part of that, which is, so man, I hate saying fret numbers. Okay, watch how long it takes me. 8, 9, 7, 9. That's how slow my brain is. I got a number problem, man. we? We're back to B minor. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it's back to that B minor, and then I'm still just aiming for these 7 chords, but just the upper part, so it ends up looking like that. 7, 5, 7, 5, back it down, and then I put a drum fill in so that I could shift to another scene. And I think I did just an octave or maybe just a 2, and that's a pentatonic fill. My other favorite thing, cage structures and pentatonic fills. I feel like I can say everything I ever need to say with those things. Yep, I will die on that hill. 4, 2, change strings, 4, 2, oh, oh, an approach tone. And then here's like, yeah, where we get to the caveat of this whole lesson, which is that rhythm sets the scene for the song just as much as chords and melody does, and it's something that us guitar players are criminally unaware of or negligent of, etc. So the point of this lesson is to encourage y'all to keep track of the grooves that you like to play and give them a name and call them a thing and store them away. That's what I do. It works for me. So we went from Bo Diddley to now this is what I consider a Johnny Cash groove. All right, let's look at what the Johnny Cash groove is. So the Johnny Cash Bakersfield Shuffle, Carter Scratch, whatever you want to call it. If I'm on a B minor, now I've got a lot of precise right hand work. So I'm muting, and then I get the uppers, and then I have an alternate bass, and then I get the uppers again. That's your, yeah. Old cowboy went riding out one dark and stormy day. Ghost Riders in the Sky. On the D over A, I am going to have to bring my thumb around to get that alternate bass. And then my E. And then on my G, I did a Scruggs fill. So that's, you know, G. On an upstroke, get an open G, open A, first fret, second fret, you know. Just had to put it in there because it came to me. Here's my D. And yeah, there's my alternate bass there. Here's my F sharp. And here's my B minor again. Because yeah, I got no time now, so I'm going. I stop it, and then I know that I'm going to go from Johnny Cash to my real default setting, Neil Young. I think I did a little like a bendy. Neil Young, as opposed to Johnny Cash, is like the stoned halftime version of Johnny Cash. So if Johnny Cash was going, because he's on speed, Neil Young is like, so Neil Young is going, again with the muting, boom, boom, which is also, We Will Rock You. All right, side talk. You can cop, and I have a video on this buried on my channel, you can cop any drum beat that you've ever heard on guitar by realizing that a kick drum is essentially a low, farty sound, and a snare drum is a bright, you know, shrill, painful sound. So you're like, okay, well, if I hear a drummer going boom, boom, flap, a boom, boom, flap, that means I'm probably going to go. This makes me the most reliable rhythm guitar player in a jam situation. I watch what the drummer does, and then I just do what he or she or they do. And I know that way, you know, this is like, you know, maybe the first couple of minutes running through something that like I won't touch my mic, as I tell my students, it makes it so I know I'm not the one fucking it up. I'm just holding it together. I'm just doing what the other people are doing. I'm not pulling away from it. I'm working together. Yeah. Once I kind of get comfortable with the song and the groove, I'm like, well, let me see now. Maybe I'll push against it, pull, or put some weird stuff. But my first half hour of playing a song, I just hold it together like this. All right, so let's look at the Neil Young thing and just make sure everything's still rolling. Because, YouTube life stuff just glitches out from time to time, and you have to, while you're filming. I don't have a crew, man. It's just me. And so I'm watching my iPad, I'm watching my computer, I'm watching the camera, making sure that everything still rolls, because computers are not as reliable as people think. You can imagine how much it sucks to get to the end of a video and realize that something cut out, and you're like, oh man, I gotta do it all again? Ah, dude. It's happened plenty of times. So yeah, B minor, D, E, little walk up on that F sharp to G, D, F sharp, B minor, and I think this one I just do a, I just do the notes as a walk. There's our D, 4, 3, and I think I did that a little, 2, 0, 2, 3. I was going to say something about this. Oh yeah, the other thing about all these patterns, by the way, notice how much your right hand you have to pay attention to it. That's another thing that us guitar players are criminally negligent of paying attention to exactly where our right hand is at all given times. Now, I'm going to play a couple of other groove scene variations here. I'll include them on the tab also, just to give you more examples of what other things you can do. Here's one that I call the rock diddly, similar to the first one, but slower and more ominous. There's rock diddly, that's one I use a lot. Let's do one that I call Cool Ranch. And then let's do one that I like to call the Steely Dan Rock Bossa Nova. There's 3 more things to play around with. Let me just think. Oh, okay. I don't know what this is going to sound like. Let me give you the Otis Redding R&B slow jam. Hold on, let me get it right. Oh, it sounds like House of the Rising Sun. There you go. Okay, the number one assignment I have for you is to go back through all the songs that you've learned the rhythm guitar parts to and see if you can find similarities, see if you can find names, for whatever you want to call them for yourself, for the grooves, so that you can start to store them away as your own go-to, like, I'm going to do the... I'm trying to think, did I miss any of the grooves I standardly use? I don't know. Whatever it is for you. Because for me, this is a little bit of how you're getting a little bit of a window into how I just noodle around with things. There's other layers. The other thing that I do is I'll pick kind of standard progressions, like an 8-bar blues. Be like, okay, 8-bar blues with a diddly. 8-bar blues in this key with a rock diddly. 12-bar country blues with Steely Dan Bossa Nova. I just play around with things rather than songs. I play around with songs too, but this is, I'm kind of steering or trying to steer people more towards a more macro view of guitar and music, where you're starting to see the forest through the trees. That what is a song, man? It's just like a groove and some chords and some melody and some lyrics over kind of like by doing this, we're stepping back a little bit and looking at just the elements of music. And you know, it stimulates creativity, which I'm going to have some videos about that too, about how to get more and more away from being attached to a specific document or song, and more about, oh, I'm feeling G major 7 today. You know, just that stuff. And yeah, that's all. Good luck.